Local democracy has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. People have different expectations and different attitudes about government and community. In most places, there seems to be general dissatisfaction with the way democracy works. Citizens often vote for candidates promising change, though there seldom seems to be any consensus on what that change should entail.
A vote for me is a vote for change.
Here we go again.
There are heightened levels of conflict between citizens and government over issues like zoning, policing, school reform, budgets, and taxation. When local officials try to make decisions without public input, they are often opposed by angry residents.
Drop your gloves. Oh, yeah!
And in some situations, citizens are in conflict with one another. Meanwhile, new technologies are revolutionizing how citizens interact with their governments and each other.
Big different time. Hello? Yeah, okay. Bye.
I've got 87 Facebook friends and 93 followers on Twitter.
And you can't tie his shoes.
To prevent or resolve local conflicts and to tap into the new talents and capacities of citizens, all kinds of local leaders are trying to involve residents in one way or another.
We need you for Neighborhood Watch. Help us elect the next president. Are you engaged in your child's education? Help us pass our school bond issue. Our city budget is in the red. What do you want us to cut? Help us work for racial equity. Pressure your congressman on healthcare reform.
Some of these opportunities just aren't compelling to ordinary citizens, and they make getting involved particularly difficult and daunting for people who have child care responsibilities, or who live below the poverty line, or have to work more than one job, or are recent immigrants, or do not have a high school education, or whose first language is not English.
Est-ce que tu connaissais de la Réunion?
Quelle réunion?
Est-ce que tu parlais le français là?
Non.
Est-ce que tu parlais l'anglais? Non.
Other efforts to get citizens involved are more fruitful and compelling, and they are able to reach a broader range of people, but they still tend to be centered on the needs and goals of the involvers rather than the involved. We know that when communities do manage to increase civic engagement, there are many important benefits. Productive engagement can resolve conflicts, boost economic growth and vitality, lead to smarter, more effective public policies, capitalize on the ability of citizens to help solve public problems, and give people a stronger sense of political efficacy and belonging to community, a feeling our founding fathers would have called public happiness. Public officials, funders, and other local leaders need to take stock of these changes and think more carefully about what people want out of their democracy. This is an important and difficult conversation.
What kind of democracy do you want?
What's democracy?
We can at least point to a number of likely ingredients for robust local democracy. One is a strong tradition of using inclusive, deliberative processes to make decisions and solve problems. A second ingredient to consider is the support and legitimacy of government, not only the facilitative leadership of public officials, but better legal frameworks for citizen participation. A third likely ingredient is the presence of a thriving local online community. Another potential ingredient is the power of young people. Students and young adults can be inspiring leaders, organizers, and facilitators.
I am a future leader.
I can't wait.
And parents are much more likely to participate if their young people are highlighted or involved. And finally, some of the most basic but critical ingredients for stronger democracy are food, music, the arts, and other qualities that the Knight Foundation's Soul of the Community study refers to as social offerings. It may be that if we take stock of these democratic ingredients and find ways to combine them and build on them that reflect local strengths and needs, that we can devise new recipes for engagement that work for both citizens and government, both the involvers and the involved. If so, those stronger, more fruitful, and fulfilling local democracies will help us strengthen community, make decisions, and solve problems at all levels of society.